Hi, loves. Welcome back to AW Confidential Podcast. Today, I am joined by the starring cast of the action thriller Hunting Jessica Brok. Danica Jones and Clyde Berning join us for a conversation about motherhood, loyalty, survival, and the internal war that begins when the past refuses to stay buried. Enjoy. Hello, Clyde. Hello, Danica. How are you this morning?
Hey,
Hello,
Yvette.
Yvette. We're very good. Afternoon on our side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
How are you?
this
Yes,
this
how are you?
I'm excited because I watched the film. It's
Mm,
brutal. It's
yeah.
brutal. That's the only way I could describe it. Now,
Yeah.
I want to start with Danica. Your character, Jessica, has chosen a quieter life after trauma, with
Mhm.
motherhood as her anchor, which a lot of us, well, mothers can relate to. What
Yes.
part of herself is she most afraid of letting resurface when the past comes back to haunt her?
It's that the dark side. But beyond that, if you see in the beginning of the film, it starts with a lot of loss. And I think she thinks and connects the loss to being brave and to being strong. And so she almost hides and mutes that about herself. And so that's why she chooses a quiet life because it's safer, but it's also it prevents the loss. And when you have that beautiful little girl, you don't want to lose her. And in the end, I mean, it ends up coming back around and then she has to face herself again. So I think that definitely is the part she tries to quiet the most
And I
and
will
retreat.
ask,
Yeah.
absolutely, and I will ask you about that because that was fascinating to me. It's so relatable. But I first want to ask Clyde, your character Daniel comes from the world that Jessica tried to leave behind. What does he represent about the life she can't fully escape?
That's a great question. Thank you.
Thank
It's shadow. It's
you.
all shadow. And
Mm.
not only is it his own shadow at play that other people have managed to take advantage of and exploit, but it's Jessica's shadow too, because they had a romantic affair, I guess.
Right.
They were, they have been partners, and so he is like a shadow from her past that you know
Right.
um, will either come back to haunt her. I don't want to give any
No, no,
spoilers.
no, no, don't. And you already
You know,
did.
he
Don't.
might come back to haunt, but really, what he represents is the shadow, and then how, in the way that we do shadow work. Shadow work is such a big deal these days. You
Yeah.
so often see it, and how does he overcome the shadow in order to do what's best?
Oof.
You know,
Now
how
but so Daniel also he operates in a world where loyalty and morality doesn't always align. I mean, his character is so complex.
yeah.
Both of these characters were internally. Where does this character experience the most conflict when it comes to Jessica?
Yeah, so I think it's you know, as Danny said earlier, there's a lot of love at the heart of this film. There is not just romantic love, but there's a mother's love, and so he knows he discovers. I don't think this is a spoiler, but he discovers that she's a mother, and he knows that deep down he loves her, and yet he makes choices that contradict that.
Yeah.
And so I think really it's about how he's unable at first to make the choices that work for her, and he has to do them. He has to make choices. He makes choices for selfish reasons,
Thank you.
and so yeah, it's really
Thank you for
about
sharing that. These are really just complex and just the characters are so full of all kinds of emotions. There's anger. I mean, you see it with Jessica. And I want to ask Danica about this. Motherhood
Mhm.
becomes the emotional core of this film.
Yeah.
Jessica doesn't want, as we spoke about earlier, she doesn't want her darker instincts to return, but they're the only way to protect her daughter. How did you navigate that tension between who she wants to be and who she has to become? Because there was such an extreme there. How did you manage that?
Because I recognize as a mother myself that you are not either or, you are both. You are a nurturer and you're a warrior. I don't know a single mother that wouldn't jump in front of anything to save their child. And yes, this took it to an extreme that maybe as mothers in our everyday lives we can't fathom. But really, realistically, what wouldn't you do for your child? And so I don't think they're separate from each other at all. I think that owning every part of what motherhood and womanhood looks like is not separate from each other. It's both. It's nurture and it's who you are in nature. So
A
that's what
protector.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Now, by the end of the film, survival isn't just physical, it's psychological. So I have an interesting question for you. What was the most for both of you? What was the most challenging aspect of playing these characters mentally? Because the physical training, I'm sure, was brutal.
Absolutely brutal. Um, you do get into you do get to a point where you're like, what's real, what isn't? Because as a mother as well, I'm going home to my child. And then it's like, oof. So you have to really do a lot of self-talk and be able to kind of step away and put down the character and say, even though I am these things and I've gifted these things to this beautiful character, I can put them down or hold them differently when I step away. I still have all of them. I'm not discarding them, but I have to hold them differently. And I think it's just transmuting that how you hold it. Yeah.
Oof. How
Did
about
that
you,
answer
Clyde?
the question?
100%. Thank you
Okay,
for
great.
sharing. Yes.
Okay.
And you,
Yeah,
Clyde?
so for me, it's really the glimmer of hope that he has to believe is there, that he has to hold on to, if he doesn't want to succumb to the shadow, to his darker nature, and always believing that there is a way to redeem himself. And so I'm just saying the man can't die because he has to redeem himself. So he does everything in his power not to die in order to redeem himself because he knows he messed up. He messed up. And so really that glimmer of hope that he holds on to just in order to redeem himself for the ones that he loves.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. It was actually a really I hadn't thought about the shadow self, but I guess I connected it with a darker self because we all have light and dark. Thank you
Absolutely.
both for sharing your gift and for sharing this film. I loved it.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you.
so
Ted.
much.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Many
Many thanks to Danica Jones and Clyde Berning for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hunting Jessica Brok is relentless on screen, but at its core, it's a story about identity, protection, and the battle of shadow we all carry. If you enjoyed this episode, follow, share AW Confidential. And until next time, keep seeking truth. I'll talk to you soon.